Hi friends, and welcome to week 6 of this course. You're already making some significant progress. In fact, if you look at the weeks we have left to go, there aren't that many. You soon got a break, you soon got time off, so keep your head above water. Great work overall on your identity mind maps. Those that I have seen thus far have been really interesting, creative, provocative in some ways, really boundary pushing, and great application of the content. I'm also really impressed with your photo voice work. It's stellar. I have found myself talking to other faculty and colleagues about how great the connections are that you're making. So continue to ensure that you are embedding images, that you are providing a caption, and that you're really linking to the course content. Those that are losing the most points are only because they're not really highlighting the course content heavily. This week again, you will complete a photo voice assignment, original due Wednesday, responses due by Sunday, and we're focusing this week on communication aspects of intercultural communication. So we've looked at the intercultural side of this course title, now we're looking at the communication side of things, and hopefully this isn't your first communication course. Hopefully you've taken a public speaking course, maybe you are a communication major, you've taken interpersonal communication or a variety of other communication courses. Where we're going to go this week through chapters 5 and 6 is really the surface level, is bringing it all the way down, and we're looking at the most basic elements of human communication. There are two of them. Number one is verbal communication, and number two is nonverbal communication. And in the context of intercultural discourse, both of those matter, and they matter a lot, because we know that different cultures and different groups in society have different practices for both of those. Language is probably one of the primary characteristics of verbal communication that gives it its intercultural feel, or intercultural flavor, or intercultural understanding, or way that we attach it to this course. But it isn't just language. It's regional dialect, it's pronunciation, it's everything that we put into a message through the encoding process. It's that meaning that we inscribe through the words that are coming out of our mouth. In chapter 6, you'll read about nonverbal communication, and this is just as critical. We think of communication, we think the words that are coming out of our mouth, and yes, that's certainly part of it, but nonverbal elements are just as crucial to consider. The way that we use space, the way that we use our bodies, those all vary by culture, vary by context. Thus, the meaning that we connote and inscribe into our messages and from our messages varies culturally, varies across context through those nonverbal means as well. This week, you will be asked to consider, how do you communicate who you are to others? I want you to think about that really strategically, and I want you to think about communication in this very broad sense. Verbally, but also non-verbally. Is it through the clothes that you wear? Is it through what you say? How do you communicate who you are? It's going to require some knowledge of who you are. You're going to be a little bit vulnerable in communicating that, but you're doing such a great job of that already. So this week, please make sure that you're capturing your response to that prompt, linking to concepts in our text, showing that you really understand the things that we're talking about, through an initial photo voice on Wednesday and at least 3 substantive replies by Sunday. You've got just a few more weeks left of this course. Don't lose sight. Don't get lazy. Keep up the great work. Welcome to week 6. I hope you rock it. I'm rooting for you every step of the way. Have a fantastic week.